Hello there guys and welcome back to 100% Chelsea. For today, a bit of a different kind of transfer show video. Because what I've got for you today, what I'm going to be doing is talk about players we've been linked with and why I don't think we'll get them or why we didn't get them. And then in the end, who I think, what kind of positions I do think we kind of could do with strengthening. And if there's anyone I do think that we could sign until transfer deadline day. So I'm starting off with the main position where we've been linked with players, and where I thought we definitely need strengthening is the left wing back position. We were linked with, for example, Ricardo Rodriguez from Wolfsburg, the Swiss player, left back, wing back, whatever, and Jonas Hector, German from FC Cologne. See, none of these happened. None of these will happen because, we've recalled Nathan Ake, who, as we saw against Brentford, can't play there. We've also kept Kennedy because he came on and played there. So we're definitely not signing a left wing back, even though I still thought before, obviously, those things happened, we could have done with someone that's maybe a little bit even better than Alonso. Maybe there's just not someone available at this moment in time. So I'm happy with who we've got right now there, to be honest. Then striker position, we've been linked with Fernando Llorente from currently Swansea. So mainly this rumour was if we were to loan out Batshuayi, because, when Costa was suspended against Bournemouth during the Christmas period, there was a lot of rumours going on about Conte isn't a fan of his. He didn't start him even when Costa wasn't there. And that obviously suggested that, he's not a fan of his. He did play against Peterborough. He did play against Brentford last weekend. So I don't think Batshuayi is going anywhere. And to be honest, I don't think we're signing Llorente. I don't think we're signing any striker. But, and I'm going to come to that later, I do think we could do with one, to be honest. And then the centre mid position, we've been linked with, a fair few players. Main ones being Franck Cassier from Atalanta Bergamo, from the Serie A, who is a very highly rated, young centre mid. And apparently, we've had offers rejected for him, £27 million offers rejected. And then the other one being Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Obviously, him being more of a centre-attacking mid, but I could only see him playing as a centre mid for us. I couldn't see him playing on the wing or wing back. And then lastly, obviously the goalkeeper. That is obviously only if we do end up selling Begovic, which at this moment in time I doubt. I don't know, it's really close to deadline day. I don't think we'll get anyone in. He did play against Brentford, so I don't know. I do understand, of course, why he wants to leave, like I said in the last transfer show video, but we have been linked with Tim Krul from currently Ajax, still owned by Newcastle, Craig Gordon from Celtic, and Fernando Muslera from Galatasaray. Talking about players, like I said earlier, who are, in positions where I think we could do with players, I'm pretty much just on two. As I said, with the left winger position, now that we've got Aki back and now that we've kept Kennedy, I'm more than happy with that. Right wing back position is if we do end up loaning out Aina, I think we're pretty short there, especially if we do end up selling Ivanovic, because we pretty much only have Moses, pretty much. Yes, we've seen Pedro can move back and he's really good there, and but then we're low on players kind of going forward. So it's all a bit iffy. So I think we could do with someone that's the right wing back, even though I don't think, there's not been any links at all. So I don't think that's happening. But yeah, no, I do think we could do very much so with a striker, because even though Batshuayi hasn't really impressed me, I'm not saying he isn't good enough. He can do a job if need be, if Costa is out on a long-term injury, and say with another injury with our front three, because, against Bournemouth, for example, it was Willian, Pedro and Hazard when Costa wasn't playing. So say if one of them three get injured as well, we pretty much have to play Batshuayi up front. And then we don't have a striker on the bench. Yes, we do have Solanke, but he hasn't got a minute. So I think we could do with a striker. If you think back to our last couple of seasons, we were lucky that we'd never really had any major injuries to Costa, whoever was the main striker. But if you think, we always had three strikers. When we last won the league, we had Costa, Drogba and Remy. Before that, we had Eto'o, Torres and Demba Ba, who I thought were all pretty much on the same level in that season. So we always had three strikers, pretty much. So I don't know. I think we could do with a striker. Do I think we will sign one? I don't think we'll sign Llorente. But you know us. You know us. We like to sign players that no one has ever heard a link about, and we just sign them. Whether that's a really well-known player or someone we've never heard of, it can happen. And I wouldn't rule it out. Let's just say that. And another position where I think we could do with strengthening is a proper defensive central midfielder, because we do have plenty of backup as a proper centre mid, as a bit more going forward centre mid. We obviously have Matic and Kante, the two starting midfielders, but if one of them picks up an injury, we have Fabregas, who can do a great job, like we did see against Man City. Perfect. And then we have Nathaniel Chalobah. Of course, you could pull back Ruben Loftus-Cheek there, but Antonio Conte hasn't used him there. So I think if either Kante or Matic picks up an injury, I think we could do with just a backup, really defensive-minded midfielder. I think we could do with that. I'm not saying we need it desperately to, help us win the league, but I think it wouldn't be bad to have someone there. But yeah, like I said, a striker, a defensive centre mid, and maybe a right wing back. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with the centre backs. With Aki also that an option there, not just for the left wing back. Zuma being back. Also John Terry, even though, he's getting on and not playing a lot, he's still there and he's still a good player. So I think we've got plenty there. On the wing, as long as we don't have, injuries, we're fine. If we keep Musonda, even more so. And goalkeeper, if we keep Begovic, perfect. But, it's difficult. I find it difficult. It's been such a dead transfer window. It's been horrible. It's just been horrible. I mean, of course, we're top of the league, 8 points clear. We don't really need one, because if we did, we wouldn't be where we are. It's as simple as that. But, like I said earlier, we never know with Chelsea. There could always be some weird signing, some massive signing on deadline day, and we've not heard about it. If you want to find out about that, because obviously on deadline day I won't be sat here checking everything and just putting out a transfer show video straight away, because we play Liverpool that day, so that's way more on my mind. But Liverpool, not Liverpool, but Louis, is meeting with Chris from the Redman TV and making a live stream ahead of the Liverpool game, talking about that game as well, obviously, but also talking about deadline day. If there's anything happening, if anything has happened up until then, he's going to talk about that. The link to that will be over all our social media, so don't forget to subscribe to those everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, even Snapchat. Louis might put it up there, because just check it, because he's actually quite funny on there. But yeah, so if you want to see that, don't forget deadline day. Who needs Sky Sports? Sky Sports talks about everyone. All we want to know about is Chelsea, innit? So if you want to know about that, check that out. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got for you today. It's a video that I wanted to make and that we all wanted to make, but it turned out there's not really a lot to talk about, because we haven't been linked with any major players, and not linked with many players that I could imagine us signing, actually. And because we recalled Aki and kept Kennedy, it's not really any major issues that I feel like there are at the moment. Only slight thing for me is the striker position. Other than that, I could do with not signing anyone. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got today. So even though it was a bit of a weird one, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like. Leave me all of your thoughts down in the comments below. Out of the older players we've been linked with, do you think we'll sign any one of those until deadline day? Do you think we'll sign anyone at all, until the transfer window shuts? All of your thoughts down in the comment section below, please, because it's quite cool to have a discussion in it. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. There is this thing again to subscribe, and we appreciate it massively. But yeah, that's it from me. Can't wait for the game on Tuesday. Actually, that's for you tomorrow, but I'm recording this the night before. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. Let's hope we can beat the Scousers. But yeah, up to Chelsea, and I'll see you next time.